Four roses, two different mash bills, the OBs and the OEs. Tonight we discuss the OEs. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so tonight we're going to discuss the Four Roses Mash Bills E. Last time we discussed the Bs, picked out some of the ones that we liked, and decided this time we'd come through and talk about the E's, which are going to be the higher rise. Jeff, your thoughts on the last time? Were you surprised with any of the ones that we tried, or were you expecting about what you got?
Well, of all the different mash bills, 4 out of the 5 were definitely good to me, and one of them I liked a lot less. So it's going to be interesting tonight when we get to that particular yeast strain and find out what we think about it.
With the high rye base.
With the high rye.
Sure.
But I lean toward rye, so I
did
like
too.
rye drinks.
I'm excited about it, for sure. And I wouldn't have known that if you hadn't introduced me to rye. So we'll just jump right into it. So we're doing this for one of the guys in the group. Was just wondering, man, all these different mash bills, what do they mean, and how do I even discern what it is that I want to try? And so we've started trying them and making some lists, and hope we'll be able to help him and you guys out, maybe even myself, because I get a little confused with Four Roses sometimes. So what we'll do tonight is we'll go through, we'll nose each one of these, then we'll come back and we'll pallet them. And then we'll talk about the finish on the backside. So we'll do them one at a time, nose, and then we'll do them one at a time on the pallet. And the first one that we're going to go through is the OESV. And so the OESV, and all of these on the mash bill are going to be 75% corn, 20% rye, and 5% malted barley. So this is yeast strain V, which they're saying the tasty notes on that is a delicate fruit and a caramel. So we've poured these, I don't know, maybe 3-5 minutes ago. They're all 104 proof. Feel like you're cheating when you read that off the bottle, but I definitely get caramel.
I get caramel, and I get a light floral, a little bit of brown sugar.
Definitely pick up the fruit, the brown sugar. It's nice on the nose. I don't get a lot of ethanol. Like there's not a whole lot of heavy burn. I mean, it's got a touch, but
I lean towards it has a little more ethanol, at least right now. But this is our first nose of the night.
Sure.
And that's what happened last time. Our first glass was a little more ethanol than others we felt.
Gotcha. And so the next one we'll look at is OESK. And I'll tell you a little bit about it while Jeff's taking his notes there. There again, these are all going to be 75% corn, 20% rye, and 5% barley. So we won't go over that every time, but this is the yeast strain K. So the difference in this one is going to be the yeast strain from one to the other. So this one, the notes on it's more of a baking spice and a light oak. So OESK, we'll nose that one and kind of see what we get. I feel like it's got a little bit more viscosity.
Yeah, it seems to. It's lighter, much lighter on the nose.
It is. They're definitely not
pleasant. Again, I pick up some floral. Not necessarily one of my favorite things, not something I think strongly about or prefer, but I can appreciate.
But I definitely get the oak. It's sweet. It's got some body.
It's a smooth nose.
Definitely is. It's a lot smoother than this one.
Even some citrus, I think. They'll probably tell me I'm picking up all the wrong scents for the
for the mash bill, right? All right, so the next one we'll talk about is OESO. OESO is going to be more of a rich fruit and vanilla. I feel like this one is not as viscous as the last. They've all got really good color to them.
There is a bit of funk in that. I like the fruit, but then
I was going to say like funk, right?
There's some funk. It's not selling itself to me on the nose.
The fourth is going to be OESQ, which is going to be delicate grains and light floral. This one is lighter on the nose, like with the smell. It's not as strong.
Definitely floral.
Yes.
This one says floral much more directly than the others.
Agreed. Not a ton of sweetness to it.
There might be some lemonade there. I'm picking up some citrus, but
I'm
it's on
picking
the
up-
sweet end of citrus.
I'm picking up citrus for sure.
You pick up some grass or some hay.
I'm saying earthy, yeah.
But
Again,
the
not one.
floral is the main note.
Not one I would run to on the nose. And so the last one that we'll nose is OESF, which is going to be light oak and mint. I remember us
I gotta be
hearing the
brutally
mint
honest.
last time.
The mint thing
Yeah,
isn't one of those things that I go, oh, I got to get some of that.
and it's.
And I don't object to mint. I like a good mint julep. It's in the background.
I'm getting a little bit more of the rye and the mint. Maybe it's the mint. It's not terrible on the nose.
The rye is stronger in this one.
It is. It seems to be. Well, we'll go back through and without me explaining the different notes, then we'll go through them, put them on the palate and see what we think. So this is OESV. Again, I feel like that's a pleasant nose.
Honey toffee. It's got a just under medium bite.
And I believe that's how you kind of described it last time. Definitely you can taste the rye there. It sits on your tongue. It's not terrible. I mean, 20% rye is pretty high, but it's going to have a little bit more burn on the backside, a little hug, and then the rye sitting there on your palate. It's sweet up front, oaky, floral.
Kind of a burnt brown sugar. It's not heavy burn.
No,
It's
you're
not
right.
heavy char, but it's like a somewhat of a burnt brown sugar.
We can go ahead and rank the finish too, since we're sitting on them there for a second. And it's got a light finish that sticks around for a little while.
Yeah, it's not a one hitter.
No, it's
It
not.
definitely has a finish on it. It rolls out a little bit. Not long, but not short. Pleasant.
So the next one is going to be OESK when you get ready.
OESK.
OESK. One I felt was the oiliest. Looked like it had the most viscosity to it.
Yeah, it's definitely more oily.
Yes.
It doesn't
A lot better
prickle
mouthfeel.
your tongue much compared to the first one.
On the front side, and then on the back side, I feel like it starts to.
On the
But-
back of your tongue.
Yes, the very back of your tongue.
Yeah.
It definitely has a better mouthfeel.
It's not thick like honey, but
No.
it leans more in its consistency, a little bit more heavier,
It,
like
it
oil.
is. It is.
Interesting how that
It's-
hits the back of your tongue more.
So it's like a mild sweetness, oaky. Definitely the rye sitting on the back third of your tongue, like almost to your throat.
That sounds a little bit rough. It's not quite that bad.
No.
But that's where the
Still-
burn is on your tongue.
Still not one. I'm not one to say that that's the palate that I'm going to run to though. Right now, I'm wondering if I might not be an OB guy.
I'm not ruling that one out, but we'll see.
So the next one is OESO. Still funky.
Funk is going down.
It's still there, but it's not. It's nothing like it was. It was prominent. You can definitely pick up some sweetness and some oak. Now
No.
that mid to late
No.
palate, I'm not liking. I'm not liking that.
No,
I'm not.
no, the
No.
funk. There's funk on the tongue now.
Man, yes, like so when it hit my palate, I was like, man, this might be the one. And then as it started to finish, I was like, no, not me.
No,
I'm just.
That's a no for
what I'm
me.
just gonna put. No, OESO, no,
no.
negative. Goodness gracious, I hope that didn't ruin.
I
my
don't
palate
want to
for
buy
mine.
that bottle if I ever find it. That is not for me.
I'm praying it's not the one that I have. I'm gonna look and see because I'm that curious.
Yeah,
OESQ. Okay, we might be safe, but it's
that's up next.
We might just have to pop that one and see. All right, so OESQ. Hope I'm not trying to be biased and want to like it, but it starts off really good.
There's more burn on the front of the tongue here.
Mild sweetness,
Maybe just after the front.
oaky, some floralness on the backside. It's much
This-
easier.
It's a medium to just under medium burn. But the
Yeah,
burn
it's-
is from the front of your tongue over your tongue on this one. And it's not burning much on the back.
And it's
more in the middle.
it's such a light. Like I don't know if that's ethanol or if that's rye. I think it's rye. I'm not getting the normal characteristics of rye.
This
from
is light rye compared to other ryes that I like too.
Agreed.
Nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna say, for me, it's okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying it's
It
okay.
doesn't light me up.
I'm saying it's okay. Yeah, it's not something I'm running to, but I might not would run from it. And then the next one that we'll do is going to be the OESF.
I can see the legs from over here.
Definitely minty. Like mid-palate is where the mint hit me. But it's not overwhelming. It's just enough to let you know that it's minty.
I like this on the initial sip, but then as it rolled out, the like meter started to go down a little bit.
And I've found that with several of these, to be honest with you. And I want to say when we tried the OBs, I had two there that were like, I would buy those. And I'm believing that they were the O and the K or the O and the Q. I don't remember, but out of these, I can't rank one number one. I don't like any of them enough to say this is my number one pick out of this batch. Like I'm either my palate's off tonight or I'm not an OE guy. Is what I'm afraid of. I love the mouthfeel of this. I love how oily it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not crazy about the flavor.
That's the K.
That is the K. I love the mouthfeel on the K. I like the flavor on the V a little better. The O is definitely a no for me. It's almost sour.
I don't even want to go back to O.
I wrote no.
I wrote no.
But I'm a soldier. I'll go in there and try it. And it's the same with the Q. That's not something I would run to. You liking the Q?
I'm going through, and of 5 things tonight, that flavor is hitting me the best of all of them. I thought I was going to go back to the OESV and K, and there's things I like about them. But you know, I just got to be brutally honest. We talk about that. Tonight, it gives you the impression that, yeah, this is good whiskey, but
and
I don't have to run out and buy a bottle.
I don't either. I mean, if I had to choose, if you said this, you've got to choose one of these, the OESV for me would be the one that I like from a flavor standpoint and the nose standpoint, but it's not the best mouthfeel for me. So, I mean, overall, it's not a bottle I'd run out and buy. All right, guys, so we went through, we checked out all the OEs, learned that the bottle of barrel strength that I had that I've been wanting to try is an OESQ. OESV was my favorite out of the list, but for the sake of a higher quality whiskey, I think that we're going to open this tonight and give it a try, and we'll just see what we think about it. So it's OESQ, 20% rye. This one's aged 11 years, 3 months. Single barrel strength. It's be 109 proof, and we'll just we'll give it a shot and see what we think.
That's a store pick?
It is from Bevy's. All right, so we'll pop it and see. I'm gonna open it closer to the mic, see if we get any kind of cork pop off of it.
I will comment, and again,
Nice.
don't remember all the mash bills that I've tried before, but I've made some old fashions out of single barrel, and they were darn good. Can't tell you the recipe though.
Well, I can't wait to look back and see which one it was I had the other night, because I really did enjoy it. Not really a ton of difference in proof there. I mean, 109, these are 104. But this is absolutely barrel strength, so there's a lot to be said for that.
Honey.
It's definitely honey, floral. It's light. It's nothing. There's nothing dark there.
The more I experience different whiskeys, I used to think that I'm not picking up that citrus as much, but now I'm picking up citrus.
There's definitely something citrus.
And it comes in like the 3rd or 4th note.
Right.
So it doesn't hit you. It doesn't say I'm here until you recognize it come in.
No, it's definitely there. I mean, I don't know if you want to say orange. I don't get lemon as much, I don't think, but it's citrusy.
This goes lemon to me.
Lemon?
It's more of a light lemon.
I definitely get honey, I get floral, I get something citrus, and I don't know what to call it if I'm being honest. But
I'm not getting rye.
No.
I'm not getting too much oaky. Surprised it's not running legs as much.
It really is.
Not in mine.
There's a couple here and there on mine, but it's not like the other. Cheers.
Cheers. So much better. than those standard recipes.
A lot more flavor for sure. It's definitely sweet. You definitely get the rye on it. There is something there though that is sour to me, and I don't know. Like there again, guys, I don't know if my palate's affected tonight or what, but that whatever that sourness is that I'm picking up, it's not just maybe not for me, but that may be great. And I would hate to say that, it may be great in a drink, old fashioned or something like that, but if I'm gonna grab a pour, I'm probably not running for that bottle. It's not terrible by any means. I mean,
Right.
it's full of flavor, and everybody's palate's different, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's got a decent mouthfeel to it.
Better than any of these.
Absolutely,
By far.
absolutely. I will say this though, that OESK, as far as like the thick oilness that I like, it had more of it than this, but this is closer to it. But with flavor impact, I mean, obviously, right, with it being barrel strength, there's just a ton of flavor there. It's not bad. I hate to give it a bad rap, but it's just not for me.
There is a sour note.
That's what I'm getting.
And
Mid palate.
again, it comes in towards the end.
End for you, it's mid for me, but it carries. It's like a sour bitterness
Yeah.
that for me is a turnoff. I really like the mouthfeel. I really like that sweetness because it's not overpowering.
Right.
It's like a light honey oak. Like it's good. But man, that sourness is just, it's not really for me.
The burn dimension on this, it'd be more in the 20%, 25%, 20, more 20, I think.
And that's exactly what I was thinking.
It's
About a
just
4
enough.
out of 10 or something like that is where I was.
So it's
3 out
definitely
of 10.
different than everything else on the standard recipes that we just tried.
Agree. It's definitely primo
It's a better-
compared to this. Absolutely, hands down. And obviously we know these are standard proof down. Apparently they're not proof down a whole lot, but they're not barrel strength by any means. So
As I've experienced Four Roses over the years, it's worth going up in the price point, in the distillation, in the aging. You get a better drink.
Gotcha.
It's remarkably better
I agree.
than the standard Four Roses, in my opinion. It's not bad juice. It's good
not.
juice. Four Roses is good juice. The flavor characteristics don't just yank us into their kingdom.
No, they don't. If anything, I'd probably have to say I'm in the OB world. The OB world is probably for me.
The OBs, there were 2 to 3 in that range that we definitely resonated with.
Yeah, and then there was about 1 or 2 that we just did not like, right? So, but guys, that's our thoughts on it, and so I hope that helps you guys out some. Hope you guys will hit the like button there, share, click the notification bell, and also want to plug Tim Frey, our t-shirt guy. So, I want to thank him for what he does, and we'll give you guys some information on him. But until next time, you guys just keep it safe, and we'll talk to you later.